Another video in less than 24 hours. I don't know why that's a big deal, but figured I'd call it out. Um, as I mentioned, I've been on the road for a bit, so I had some records waiting for me when I got home. Quite a few that I'd ordered over the months, over time. And I was really excited to see a bunch of packages when I got home. Also grateful that my folks in my mailroom took good care of all my stuff. It was all waiting for me. So here are the records that hit my mailbox, which that seems like a very relevant issue right now, right? Save the Postal Service, please. So here's what I had when I got home. I'll also note that I did, when I got home a few days ago, I made a pit stop at my local record store just to pick up a couple things because I'd missed being in record stores. The store does a really good job of only allowing a certain number of people in, keeping people apart. So I go about once a month. One final thing, and it doesn't pertain to all of these, as you will see, but I can't stress enough the importance of supporting the musicians we love during everything that's going on right now. Who knows where we come out with this, but the artists that I love, many of whom are independent, never sort of hit a huge audience, but make very important music. I'm sure the few people who watch these videos have those artists in their lives, and now is the time to support them. So and of course, if you can, I have been ordering records, t-shirts. I'm a big t-shirt fan. Maybe I'll do a video on t-shirts. Maybe I could do it with Mazzy. He's got a lot of great ones. But I actually did a little sidebar. I have 2 full blankets of t-shirts. Some of you probably have heard of those services where you can send in your old t-shirts and they'll turn them into blankets. I have 2 that have about 40 shirts on them each, I think. And I have 4 drawers right now of shirts, mostly tied to music, almost all tied to music. A few sports, Yankees t-shirts or other various, a lot of t-shirts that I got from jobs in the past. But mostly music, so buy some t-shirts. I've only heard great things about Bandcamp too, in terms of how they treat their artists. They've had a number of those, I think, Fridays when they don't take a commission. So do what you can to support your favorite artists if you can. If I seem a little distracted, it's because I forgot to turn off notifications on my phone. Texts are coming in from my mother. Everything's fine. Just the check-ins that mothers do. So here are the records that I got while I was on the road that were here when I got home. First one, a lot of people talking about, but I was very excited about, is the new Bob Dylan record, Rough and Rowdy Ways. I like this record. That's the single that he first released, Murder Most Foul. I think it's about 15 minutes long. That's a great track, really moving. I do not fall into the past 25 years of loving the records that Dylan has put out. My period is 60s, 70s. although Time Out of Mind, I think, is a phenomenal record. And what's the other one? Love and Theft, is it the name of it? That is a great one. But the others that have come out in the last 15 years or so, to me, they sound all very similar. They have great moments. Duquesne Whistle, that's a track that I really like. But I'm not a big post-2000 Bob fan. But I do really like this record, and it's growing on me a lot. And I think it may be his best since Time Out of Mind and Love and Theft. Is it called Love and Theft? I think it is. I listened to it while I was on the road digitally, and I listened to this copy yesterday, and it's really growing on me. So I'm hoping that this will be, it's a cool gatefold, one of my favorite Bob Dylan records of the past couple decades. So excited to spend some more time with that. This is a record that was, I don't know that it was Bandcamp, maybe in Kickstarter, but it was a fundraiser for an artist that I talk about a lot, singer-songwriter from North Carolina, I think. The former frontman and still frontman, they still play from time to time, of Six String Drag, and that's Kenny Robey. And his new record is called The Reservoir. Kenny Robey is a brilliant songwriter, one of my favorites. I can't recommend his music enough. I'm still getting into this. I listened to it once, fully, all the way through on the road, and I'm gonna put the vinyl on when I finish this video. But he is a treasure. Favorite records of his, Six String Drag's Hi-Hat was phenomenal. And every Kenny Robey solo record is very strong. So I would highly recommend checking him out. He's also a very good guy, from what I understand. We talk a little bit over Facebook and stuff. And he is a cool guy. Story here. He was supposed to record this record with the late Neal Casal, who we lost last year. Kenny Robey was set to come to the Bay Area to make this record, and I believe it was right around the time that Neal died. So I think that delayed the record a little bit. It was very sad. Neal, one of his last, it might be his last video on Instagram, was talking about Kenny Robey coming out to make the record. So this has an extra special sort of place in my heart, and the last line in the credits is, "This album is dedicated to the loving memory of Neal Casal." So check out Kenny Robey. Take a little sip of the coffee. Next, a record that I bought an artist whose record I bought on the road. This is one of his best that I've wanted for a while, and this is the David Dondero record, South of the South. I ordered this from somebody in Australia off of Discogs, and it took many weeks given everything going on in the world, but it did arrive while I was gone, and I listened to it yesterday, and I can't wait to listen to some more. In the liner notes here, I don't know if I should share her name. In the liner notes is the archivist. It doesn't say the archivist, it says her real name. But that was cool to see. She worked on the layout of the record. She's worked on the layout of a few of his records. So excited for that one. Also tied to yesterday is another record by William Basinski, my new favorite sort of, I don't know what type of music you call it. It's this came out 2016 on Temporary Residence, so just a little bit after the one that I was super excited about, the Disintegration Loops. For some reason I was forgetting the name. I've only had 2 sips of coffee. What is the title of this one? It's called, I think, 92982. That's how some of these artists work, right? Just random titles like that. So I'm excited to listen to this. I love his music, and I love that I've discovered him. One more from while I was on the road, and this is how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 singles as part of a series with Cara Records, which I discovered a while ago. These are 45s from some outstanding artists. It's part of, I think there are 12 total, so they come every other month, but since I ordered late, they were catching me up. Here's one by Joe Pernice, one of my favorite songwriters who I've talked about on this amazing channel. The Minus Five, Scott McCoy's band. A lot of them come with some cool artwork, which I can never get out. That's for the Minus Five. So there are a total of 8 of these. I think I have more coming in time. Elf Power. Don't know that band well. Know the name, but never really got into them. So we'll check these out. Really excited about this collection. A great idea by the folks at Cara Records. And that's it for stuff that arrived while I was gone. But here are a few records that I picked up a couple days ago, just to close this out. This Jason Isbell record, I did not have it. I don't even know it well. This is, let's see, 2000, it was issued in 2019, but this is an older record. This is it's definitely pre-Southeastern. What's the name of this? I think it's just self-titled. So I don't know when this came out, but you can see it's an earlier Jason Isbell, probably late 2000s. So excited to listen to this one. A few of these tracks came on random while I was driving, and I really liked them, so I thought I needed this record, and I was happy that when I went to my store, they had it. Next, picked this up. It is flimsy because it's on the turntable right now. This jacket is. Joe Ely. I've always been a fan of Joe Ely. Don't know this record, so just saw it and it was a reasonable price, so I picked it up. Excited to give this another listen. Listened yesterday. And then lastly, this is a random selection, but I've been getting a little bit more into this band. I was never, I liked them, but I was never the fan that many are. But I've been coming around recently, so this is In Rainbows by Radiohead. I think widely considered one of their best records. Came out in 2007. Kid A and OK Computer are my favorites of theirs. Those records that I listen to pretty regularly. But I've always liked this one as well, so glad that I got it. In Rainbows. Finally, records that I wish more people knew about. I think I said I was going to do 2, and I only remembered to get 1. So I have some making up to do. This is by an artist who I've mentioned before. This is his debut. This is a spectacular record. He had his first 4 records were all outstanding. And I believe it was from I think his first, which is this, was 1994 through to 2000. And this is Richard Buckner's Bloomed. Some call him the Townes Van Zandt of this period, 90s, 2000s. He's sort of in that vein, singer, he's just an incredible songwriter. And I don't know what I'm doing there, flipping the lyrics around. I really love the colors of this insert and the record as a whole. But this is a really stripped down singer-songwriter, very folky. and it is a treasure. My favorite of Buckner's is his second album, Devotion and Doubt, which was his one of 2 major label releases. This one was reissued by Merge. I can't remember the first label. I don't think it was Merge that this record was on. But Richard Buckner's bloomed this way. I would go listen to all 4 of Richard Buckner's first, or listen to his first 4 records. This one, Devotion and Doubt, Since, and The Hill. He has many good ones after that, but that was his peak period. You will not go wrong. Richard Buckner is one of the best. That's all I got. I think that makes me almost caught up with the records that have found their way to my collection over the last 5 to 6 weeks. I'll say again, if you have the means, support the artists you love, and just find ways to help artists that matter to you. And one last thing, I talk a bit on here about mental health, and I'll probably in time talk even more about it. I may even do a mental health channel. It's an area of my life that I'm getting more and more involved in. And I've recently started working with a company called Backline, which is a nonprofit that's pretty new. It launched late last year, that helps folks in the music industry. So artists, folks on the touring crew, families of artists, really just focused on the music industry and providing mental health resources. So the website is www.backline.care, C-A-R-E. Backline is just how it sounds, BACKLINE.care. If you want to find out more, or if you're an artist and want to find out more. And that is it for today's video. It's a Sunday. I hope you all are doing okay, and that you're having, or that you will have, or you're in the middle of, a nice day. Thanks, guys.